Good morning to you. It is 8:48 at KMAS. I'm Jeff Slickey. I'm happy to have in studio with a little bit of a catch-up on things going around, Mason County Sheriff Ryan Spurling. How you doing, sir?
Good. Good morning to you.
Good to see you in here.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while.
Been at least, 2-3 years, maybe?
Yeah, it hasn't been. Wow, that goes by really quick.
Well, Commissioner Schutte was on last week, and he goes, I don't think I'd been in the studio since March of 2020.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we came in once during 2020, once or twice.
And we were all very socially distanced.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to talk with you with our masks. But now we're back at it, and it's cool, man. Good to see you here. Sheriff's office has been busy. First things first, as we know, as soon as the weather gets a little bit better, the population in the county doubles, triples. People come in from all over the place, and we want to make sure that they coming in and our current residents are all kind of respecting the rules of the road, following the laws and things like that.
Yeah, it's every year we get a surge of burglaries when people come back and see their cabin that they haven't seen for a while. Maybe one thing or another has held them from coming earlier, so they realize they've been broken into. So we'll get a surge of those, but it really is a big increase in recreation.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, is our hiking, boating, kayaking, paddleboarding, all of that type of stuff in our community, because it's such a great community and such a beautiful place to recreate.
Mm-hmm.
And people oftentimes when they're recreating, they're drinking as well, or they're getting involved in things that they may not normally be involved in. So, yeah.
Last Friday was the first day of shrimping.
Yes.
And there's another couple Fridays here upcoming. How did that all work out for the sheriff's office out on patrols? We talked with Deputy Colbinson Friday morning.
Yeah, it went well. We partner with Fish and Wildlife and other agencies to make sure that we get some coverage out there. But our call volume has just been through the roof. So I think we had the Saturday after the shrimp season opened, I think it was a week ago, we had one of the top call volume days that we've had in 5 years.
Wow.
We're up in the 240, 250 911 or calls for service in one shift, or one 24-hour period, and just a huge number of calls.
Last week we heard and read the reports on the Sheriff's Office Facebook and Instagram page about the arrest of Fouts was arrested. And
yes.
One thing to think about while that is going on, and the staging and the arrival and the deputies, is that the calls do not stop. Just because you guys are on the scene working on this, there's a whole rest of the county that's still going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because it has what we refer to as an all skate, where everybody goes to, because it's a very dangerous situation and we need to have lots of manpower there, doesn't mean that the calls stop on the other parts of the county. We just oftentimes have to wait to respond to them. They'll have to delay. It's much like up in the North End at the beginning of the year in January. We had a dog bite in the Larson Lake area, and the individual went to the hospital after getting bit by an aggressive dog, yet we were working on a homicide, and we couldn't notify the public on the homicide because we had leads and we were in the process of trying to get the suspects. So we couldn't respond to that call, and the community was actually pretty upset, but we just didn't have the resources because we were tied up on a crime against a child or against an adult, and we had a homicide that we had to follow up on first.
Talk to me a little bit about some of the ways that you try to explain and help and hope, I should say, that the community, I don't even know how to say this, but how the community doesn't get too far ahead of itself on when there's news stories out there. We heard the swatting incident that you and the city and the State Patrol and everybody work so closely on, and once those types of things happen, it is just it's like a fever dream out there on Facebook. People are writing all sorts of things, and people don't know where the facts are and where the facts aren't. How do we get better distribution of the information there while not having a lot of the hearsay and speculation?
It's an interesting thing, but people love to speculate.
Sure they do.
And they want the information as soon as possible. And, as a PIO for many years, the media would always ask me, what do you know? What's going on? And one of my favorite responses was, I'm not in a hurry to be wrong. Give us some time, because it truly takes a while in an investigation to actually know what's going on, to get all the facts. And you can make assumptions, but oftentimes you'll be wrong. So that's why I said I'm not in a hurry to be wrong. If somebody's out there, I know that they're throwing a spin on it. Just be patient. We will get the information out as soon as we can and as accurately as we can, because we don't want to put out bad information that we have to go back and correct.
Sure.
And we do that on occasion because everybody's human, but at the same time, we want to try to be as accurate as possible when we give that information so the citizens know what it is that we're dealing with. The biggest thing we want to get out is information that keeps them safe as soon as possible, and then the follow-on can take a little longer.
You guys going to be in the parade this weekend?
Yes, we are. We look forward to it. It's always a great community event. We'll have a boat in there. I think Deputy Colbinson has made the arrangements to have one. We had purchased a new boat from Lakewood. It's not new, but
new to you.
Used. It's new to us. We got a great deal on it, and it gives us one more boat that has an enclosed area in the winter to be, so that we now have a boat with an enclosed cabin on the Puget Sound and on the Hood Canal.
Mason County is blessed right now because it's two main law enforcement agencies, Shelton Police and Mason County Sheriff's Office, both are accredited through the state. And this is something that doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. And we just really celebrated last week. We had the conference for the Washington Association of Sheriffs and Chiefs and Police, which is a unique organization across the United States, because usually sheriffs and chiefs of police don't intermingle. And our association's been in place for over 70 years, and it's always been unified. And we have tribal police, we have FBI, we have state patrol. So it includes almost all law enforcement within the Washington area into this organization. And they have a group that goes around, and if an agency asks to be accredited, they have to go through a very rigorous process. And for the patrol side, I believe there's 145 different things that they inspect, personally come on site, and it's an audit from the outside, much like what the banks do and other entities do. And it's very good because it ensures that you have the best practices that are out there and the industry standards in your agency. And we are one of 3 sheriff's offices in the state of Washington that just got accredited both on the jail side and the patrol side. We've been accredited on the patrol side for many years, but this is the first time we've been accredited on a jail side, which is very hard because of an aging facility.
Yeah.
But our staff works so hard, and we had 2 accreditation managers, Lieutenant Severance and Lieutenant Schoenberg, who just worked their tails off to make sure that the agency meets the best standards and can be inspected from the outside, and we're setting the example and leading in the United States. And Shelton has just recently got accredited as well. Chief Beeson worked very hard on that with her staff, and we're proud of them having that achievement as well.
You can always catch up and learn more about the Sheriff's Office across the Sheriff's Office social media and the websites as well. Ryan, you put out like a weekly video now where you're walking around talking to the folks. I see that on Instagram. That's got to be good. A new way to reach out to folks.
Right. We're doing shout-outs. It's not necessarily weekly. I don't want to have a false expectation that people are like, where's your video? But we do it periodically when we have things that we want to celebrate or talk about. And it's just our attempt to try to get people informed.
Well, I appreciate you, buddy. Let's get these on the schedule a little more often. How's that sound?
Absolutely, and we're glad to have you back. Excited for your involvement in the new adventures you guys got going.
It's always something. It's always something. You will be able to see the Sheriff's Office this weekend in the Forest Festival Parade and walking around, great representations of our area.